Oh, no. What is all this? So good afternoon, fellow Tibetians in Nigeria. Our local time now is 12 noon, 12 p.m. Nigerian time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from other parts of the world. My broadcast today is about the importance of cruise contest, which will really take me to the cash flow system we have in TBC. But before we do that, there is a very important announcement from the support system we have, and I think we should go there now. Let me share my screen and let's go to blog and look at it. It is essential that every member of TBC should always go to the blog every day so that you see what is happening. Make a mistake again. What is happening here? Oh God, what? Good afternoon. It's 12 noon now, Nigerian time. Good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from in other parts of the world. I'm already behind schedule because of my internet problems here. But let's go straight to the blog now. As I always reminded us, it's necessary we go to the blog every day to know and to see what admin is advising us to do every day. So let me reduce this now, and we go to the blog. Let me go to okay, this is a message from support about the TBC web wallet. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly go there and read what admin is, the support system is telling us. So it says a message from support about the TBC web wallet. Support has a few suggestions and requests to pass along to the TBC web wallet users. Please read over these recommendations and pass along the info to others. So that's what I'm trying to do now. So let's read it together. First point, the web wallet automatically will log you off after a certain period of time. When you have left your web wallet dashboard unattended for a period of time, and then try to navigate to the send screen or refresh the screen, you will notice you have been logged out. This is a security feature and not a bug. We are working on ways to improve the interface as we grow. So if you leave your web wallet unattended to for some time, you'll be logged off automatically. And the support is telling us that they are working on it and they will improve on it as we grow in our journey to excellence. 2, transaction history refreshes itself. It's not necessary for a user to refresh the page several times while waiting for a transaction to confirm. It will do so automatically, and it's requested that users do not constantly refresh the pages on the web wallet. So admin, they're advising us that we should not be refreshing the history of the web wallet while we are waiting for transaction to be confirmed. The web wallet will refresh itself automatically. Don't do that, because you may be causing some technical problems by refreshing all the time. 3, when you are not going to be sending transactions or receiving transactions, close the web wallet. It's best practice to close your POS when you are not using it, right? How about the wallet in your back pocket? Same goes with the TBC web wallet. If you are not using it to send or receive, just log out. So that is a normal practice. I don't know why we should be reminded of that. Normally, when you are not using your POS, you close it and put it back into your pocket. The same thing applies to web wallet. You don't keep it open when you are not doing any transactions there, either receiving or sending transactions. You are advised to close it and log out. After all, it's a very crucial part of your TBC life, because that's where your money is. So you have to close it. And the 4th one is don't see your TBC, if you don't see your TBC value going on up, well, that's not a bug. It's the result of poor performance in the exchange rate of TBC gold grain value versus euro or US dollar. You'll never lose TBC. If the exchange rate goes up or down, it will affect your TBC value, but never affect how much TBC you have. Also, this value is updated every 24 hours and is tied to the paid membership group growth. It will not refresh if you refresh your page. Save some processor power, and if you need to check your balance and the value daily, just do so once. So they're telling us not to be getting worried about the value of the exchange. Our TBC coins remain the same. The value may go up and down depending on the value of the variations and fluctuations of all these fiat currencies and other cryptocurrencies. So refreshing it and doing all that will not change anything. So please, they say you should save the processor power. We know we use power in all this, and all this is cost money. We should save this by just doing what you have to do and once and go off. So that is what is happening on this new blog that the support system has sent to all of us. We should pass it on to other people too. So let me go now to my main object of today's broadcast, which is the importance of cruise contest. As all of us know, the cruise contest is admin's introduction to encourage us to be up and doing with recruiting new members. And the aim is for us to get to a 1 billion paid membership target. But you are not to do this recruitment without being rewarded. And to reward you, admin has also set up a very nice system of how we can make money. And how you can make money is by cash flow. So it's reminding us again of how a true principle of cash flow can work. That is one of the importance of a cruise contest, that by cash flowing, you are also putting yourself on the stage for the cruise contest. You are taking part in the cruise contest because the more you cash flow and the more recruits you bring in, the more your position in the cruise contest comes, and you will be the winner of this September cruise contest, which is the last of this contest for this season. So it's very important that we should do our cash flow. Let's go to this cash flow because it's very, very interesting what admin has done there. Where is the cash flow now? Yeah, that's this here. Go to the cash flow. So, steps in cash flow, income, achievements, poster and article. My dear brothers and sisters in our community of TBC, you can see a poster that admin has put up here, very beautiful pictures. Now, it goes from step 1 to step 2, 3, 4, and 5. So step 1 is when you make $100 a day. From there, you go to step 2, where you make $250 a day. Then to step 3, where you make $500 a day. Then you get to $1,000 a day. You get to $2,500 a day. You go to step 6, and you may even go higher. But admin stops at step 6, which says $5,000 a day. And he talks about how we should be able to do that. He says here is a true principle. Limitations are generally self-imposed. Yes, we are the ones limiting ourselves from making this cash flow of $100 a day. We can make it. You only need to go down to the set down system. A system has already been set down, step by step, of how to start to make cash flow. You follow the system. You don't need to add anything or subtract anything. You just copy and paste. You just repeat the same system over and over again, teach others and learn yourself. If you cannot learn, you need a coach. You go to a coach who will teach you. But let's read a little bit of admin's advice here. See the poster above. All 6 of these achievements are within reach for each of you over the next 12 months. Our objective of gathering 1 billion paid members will open up the opportunity to flood the TBC community with over $100 billion of income to be shared among its builders. A single $100 purchase by each of these members will result in either turning those members into millionaires or billionaires through the cookie reward system. Consider the following about how great the TBC opportunity is for our members. Who else is supplying you with unlimited gifts to give away valued over $2,000? Where else can one go to acquire millionaire or billionaire status from just $100 purchase, plus the passage of time to develop a full-blown economy? Is there an easier way to do back-to-back $100 transaction on a daily basis? How hard is it to find a $100% commission opportunity that offers immediate daily pay? I could go on and on, pointing out the unique value found within the TBC opportunity. There is nothing even close to the say, opportunity to make a comparison. It blows away everything else by comparison. When people do make the comparison to the other things they have been doing to earn an income, the points made in the following chart become very clear. You remember this chart that has been there all the time, posted by admin, where the incomes are compared, income comparison between jobs, when you have a job, when you do a business, and when you're in TBC. So the choice is yours when you earn an income. Long-term income. Long-term security. For job is questionable. For business is questionable. For TBC is also questionable. Guaranteed payment. Yes, every month you get your salary, but for business you are not sure, and TBC you are not sure. Health plus benefits. For jobs is questionable. For business is not available. For TBC it's not available. Flexibility schedule. For business, there's no flexibility. I mean, for job, if you are an employee, you also have to work. For business, it's questionable. But for TBC, you have flexibility of schedule. You can schedule your cash flow business to suit your own time when you are free. Instant or daily pay. You're only paid monthly when you have a job. Business is questionable. TBC, you get your instant pay instantly. It's not you're not waiting for tomorrow or next hour. Can do work online. Naturally, if you are an employee, you can't. If you are a businessman, you can or you cannot. But TBC is sure. You are online. Your business is online. Flexibility of choosing associates. Naturally, if you are a paid employee, you cannot choose your own associates. The employer chooses it for you. As a businessman, yeah, you can or you cannot. But in TBC, you choose your own associates. You choose your upline, you choose your downline, you choose the person you want to do transaction with, you choose the person you want to learn cash flow from. You do the choosing. Nobody does it for you. Comprehensive training in job is questionable, in business is questionable, in TBC is sure. You get comprehensive training because admin at the blog is giving us training every day. The leaders of a TBC community are giving training every day. The broadcasters are on it 24/7, 365 days a year, in a year. So you have comprehensive training. So fast track to 6-figure annual cash flow. Naturally, if you are an employee, it's not possible. Businessman, it's not possible. But TBC, it is very, very possible. Depending on you, if you are up and doing, you can make a cash flow and get 6 figures very quickly. Extremely quickly, if you learn from the masters of cash flow, like Randy Wilson and Stephen Covey and other leaders and broadcasters, you make a cash flow very quick. Then passive income available. Naturally, I have no passive income as an employee. As a businessman, yes, I know sometimes, but in TBC, you have it. You have what you are doing as your main job, and then this one is passive income that you just get because you have You have to develop an interest and a little bit hardworking, a little bit flexible, and you begin to do all these things. They are very possible. Then exponential income available. You don't have exponential income as an employee. As a businessman, your product depends on what you do. But with TBC, it is sure. Exponentially, you can grow. People go from no income to $100 a day to $500 a day to $1,000 to $6,000 a day. It's exponential, my dear brothers and sisters. It's exponential. Unlimited income potential. Clear for an employee, you don't have unlimited. Everything is fixed. For a businessman, it's questionable. But for TBC, sure. Very sure you have unlimited income potential. Long-term wealth creation. As an employee, you don't have that. As a businessman, you can or you cannot, depending on what you're doing. But as a TBCian, you are sure you have a long-term wealth creation. Assured retirement income. As an employee, it's not possible. As a businessman, okay, but as a TBCian, you have assured retirement income because you have put yourself in that position and things are working. These are things people dislike about everything, about employment, about business and TBC in comparison. Tend to become boring naturally. Employment is that, business is that, but TBC, no. It's never boring. Every day we have something new, every blessed day. You just need to go to the blog. You just need to listen to the broadcasters. You just need to contact your friends in TBC, and you see that every day is full of one new thing or the other. You can never say TBC is boring. Never. Never. That is practically impossible. You can never say TBC is boring. Tends to become stressful. Whoa. Employment is so stressful. Business is stressful, but TBC, which you do in the comfort of your home, which you organize at your own will, when you are relaxed, when you have played with your children and grandchildren, when you have come back from your job, your successful employed, a paid job or business, you relax with TBC. Even listening to the broadcasters will make you happy, and you are never stressed. Requires high level of skills. Yeah, employment, questionable, business, questionable. TBC, no, you don't require high level of skills. You only need to be interested. You only need to be interested. You only need to be able to read and write. That is all. And immediately you are interested and you can read and write, you can operate your telephone, your handset, your GSM handset, then you don't need a lot of skills. Requires formal education. All these ones are questionable. TBC, no, no. Please. Run, please. Oh, my man. My electricity is gone. Oh, God. That is what we are suffering in this country called Nigeria. I'm very, very sorry. Yeah, I am really very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My light went off. That is what we are suffering in Nigeria, a country that got independence in 1960. Up till now, we cannot afford a regular electricity generation. All the time, the public electricity is falling off, and then we have to revert to our own private electricity generation system. I'm really sorry. That is what the elites have put on us, and with TBC now, we shall surely get away from it. We shall surely be able to do things the proper way. That's why it is necessary that all of us should work out in TBC to see that things are working very well in TBC. So, forced to work with a boss. No, you are not forced to work with a boss with TBC, but with your job, yes. With your business, it depends on how your business is structured. And then have to commute. You don't commute with TBC. You stay in your house, you stay in your chosen place you want to run your TBC, relax and do your job. While in the other ones, you have to commute. Recruiting required. No, you don't recruit as an employee, but as a businessman, yes, you can. And as a musician, you don't. Investment required. No, as an employee, yes. As a businessman, no. As TBShan, you don't. There's no investment. You are even given. You are even given a free gift to become a TBShan. Selling required. No, as a employee, no. As a businessman, yes. Sometimes, but as a TBShan, no. So you can see the difference between all these avenues of making money and TBC. So let's continue with the reading of admin's blog today. So if you haven't even achieved the first step in cash flow income achievement shown in the poster above of earning a consistent $100 a day from TBC, then something is not right. Perhaps you need to examine your beliefs about TBC and its opportunity, or you may need look at how you feel about yourself. Do you believe in you? Are you able to learn? Can you do what you have learned? Are you carrying a self-limiting belief around that is holding you back from achievements? If that is the case, I have some good news for you. You have the power within you to fix that. Everybody does. Just open yourself up to change, and then change for the better. Reverse negative beliefs and embrace the beliefs that empower you to become an achiever. Mark my words here. Within a year, you will be hearing cash flow stories of over $5,000 a day consistently. Let that story become your reality. You are already possess the world's best opportunity that is unmatched by any other. It is time for you to rise up and become an achiever within it. Yes, the platform of TBC is an opportunity to become an achiever. There is no opportunity that can match the TBC opportunity. So the limitation of achieving is within us, within you and your beliefs. If you can just replicate what you have been taught, what the system says, you have no problem of achieving whatever you want to achieve in TBC. So let us continue. Let me ask you a serious question. Are you willing to invest in you? Are you worth the investment? If you are having any trouble with getting on the first step of cash flow income, achievement of earning $100 a day, then hire a cash flow coach. That's very important. If you have not been able to achieve this $100 a day in TBC, in your cash flow, admin is advising that you hire a cash flow coach. Randy Wilson is having an institute for cash flow now, where you learn how to cash flow with only $10 a week. By the time you do that 2-3 weeks, you'll be cash flowing. A lot of people who are there now are earning over $500, $400 a day. So hire a cash flow coach. It's very important. Then he earned 4 times no coach. In the previous blog post before this, one young man from Africa figured out what he was doing wrong once he started working with a proven cash flow coach. Then he earned 4 months of income in a single day and has broken free from his losing streak. So a guy in Africa who has been making some mistakes without knowing it and was not able to do his do cash flow, he joined a proven cash flow coach, and he saw where his mistake was and was able to earn 4 months of his salary in one day. He may be a Nigerian, because in Nigeria, if you earn $100 is almost 40,000 naira. And 40,000 naira, there are people who earn that as a 2 or 3 months or even 4 months salary. $100, 40,000 naira. So if this guy is a Nigerian, he has earned 4 months salary because he earns 10,000 naira a month. And now he has earned $100 a day. That is 4 months salary in one day. So, my dear fellow TBCers, you see what can happen if you follow the instruction. If you follow the instruction. So once you start earning $100 a day consistently in TBC, you will be amazed at how much that will boost your self-confidence. Having self-confidence is a priceless treasure. With self-confidence, it won't take long to get to the second step in cash flow income achievement of earning $250 a day. By design, the TBC Fast Start system will multiply your income as explained in this article. So the Fast Start system of TBC is the key. That is the tool for you to cash flow regularly and consistently earn at least $100 a day. I am sorry, I will have to call it quits now. My 30 minutes is over. I will have to stop sharing now, and then say goodbye to everybody. Thank you, my fellow Libitians. It has been a very beautiful day listening to the blog of the support people, and then listening to our great admin on blog. Until we see again tomorrow, God bless you. Remain blessed. Please go to the blog every day and listen to the blog. Thank you and bye-bye.